All right, what about the next one here? Here we have absolute value, so that means we have to do everything inside first. So now we'll kind of look from left to right. Well, here we have a 4 times a 2 cubed minus 9 times 7 squared. So that means we have to do the cubed and the squared first. So let's say we have 4, our absolute value of 4 times, well, 2 cubed. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 more is 8, minus 9 times, well, 7 times 7 is 49. Okay. Now we have a product and a product and then a subtraction. So first we're going to have to do those products. 4 times 8, 32, minus, well, now I'm for sure going to have to write this out. 49 times 9. So 9 times 9 is 81, and that's going to be 36, and that's going to be 36 and what, 8. Okay, so that's going to be 44. Okay, so we have 441. Okay, now we have to take and think about this again. If we need to, we can take 32 plus a negative 441. And so now we take the larger 441, which we have here, so we'll just leave it. And then we minus 32. So we carry that. That's going to become a 3. So here we have a 9. That's going to be a 0. It's going to be a 4. And it's still going to be a negative. So that's going to be absolute value of a negative 409. Well, absolute value of a negative 409 is going to be a positive 409. Okay, so again, you're going to have to sometimes work over here on the side, which is fine. And then you get your answers over here and kind of fill in the places as we go. About the next one. We have negative 6 plus 8 times the quantity, minus 3 minus 7 times the quantity, 5 squared minus 8, and then in parentheses and brackets. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to try to work through inside out. So that means I'll have to do this first, and then times the 7, and then, let's do all this subtraction. So let's just kind of write it as we go. So minus 6 plus 8 times negative 3 minus 7 times, well, 5 squared is 25, and then we have minus 8, and that's about as far as we can get with this first go round. All we did was really we just took that 25 or 5 squared and got that. And so now let's go ahead and say, okay, well, now we have a negative 6 plus 8 times negative 3 minus 7 times what? Well, 25 minus 8, that's going to give me 17. And then we have our in bracket. Now I have to take 17 times 7. So that's going to be giving me 49. That's going to give me an 11. So that's going to be minus 6 plus 8 times negative 3, and that's going to give us minus 119. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the 119 plus the 3, and so we're going to get, and now we're going to probably run out of room eventually here, a negative 6 plus 8 times a negative 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2, 2. Okay. So now we've gotten to that point. Now we need to take 8 times that. So let's come back up here, and 122 times 8. So 2 times 8, 16, and 16 and 17, and then 9. All right, so that gives us a minus 6, and that's a negative 976. Okay, well, again, if we need to, we can rewrite that as the addition. And so now we have the 976 plus the 6, and it's all negative. And so 6 and 6 is 12. That makes that at 8. So we have a negative 982 looks to be our solution here. Okay, again, all we're doing is we're following PEMDAS, going from left to right first off, and then looking and seeing what we have to do first. Well, first we have to do exponents, then parentheses, and then the multiplication, and then the subtraction, and then after that, that's all that inside of that set of brackets, and then times 8, and then minus 6. Okay, so sometimes it's a little bit of work to get to where we need to go. Sometimes it's not so bad. So looks like I saved the easiest one here for last on this page anyway. And so we have a negative becomes positive. So that was pretty easy. And so that gives me 4. And now I'm going to convert this to parentheses because they're easier to draw. A minus 4 plus 1 is going to give me a minus 3 and then plus 3. So it gives me a minus 12 plus 3. And so now I have negative 12 plus 3. So a larger 12 minus 3 is 9. A sign of that is negative. So it's going to be a negative 9. Okay. So again, a lot of this is just trying to figure out, where do we start? What do we do first? Again, just use PEMDAS and you should get the answer correct every time. Now, if you go and you do subtraction first, or if you square something that doesn't have the negative on it and you make it a positive, things like that, there's going to be issues there. But, following PEMDAS will get you there, but you have to also follow then the rules of arithmetic to get to that point. Okay. All right. So let's pause there and we'll come back with the next one.